New Era Technology are a global organisation offering a full range of technology solutions and managed services, with more than 20,000 customers relying on us worldwide. Within the global video collaboration division here at New Era Technology, and as a truly global systems integrator of all things AV and video collaboration, we approach working with our customers in 6 key stages. Planning. Here we look to understand our clients' requirements and desired outcomes.
Giving our staff good technologies, a great environment they can work in, where they can walk in the room, push a button and just get on with their job is important. The days of having 20 minutes of trying to get the room working, unplugging this, turning it off, turning it on, and everything else that goes with it is just not acceptable. And New Era helped in that, I think, because it poses those sorts of questions.
And Dave and I, late one night, we cobbled together a solution for a boardroom. It wasn't pretty. There were cables all over the place. It was our first MTR. And we had a few difficulties with AEC at the time. It was not working right. We'd had a few conversations with New Era. Not sold, they haven't sold us anything at this point. We didn't have a relationship. But we had a very good call with Chris, and with free advice, we were able to get this room up and running, and it went down really well. I had a great experience in the room and remotely, and on the back of that, before we didn't have it, we suddenly got budget so we can start following our plan to improve the entire estate. That's where we engaged with New Era formally and used them for our supply, install, and third line support.
Design. In the design stage, we create tailored solutions to achieve these outcomes using best-in-breed technology solutions with an appropriate managed service wrap to deliver success.
It's kind of our task to be ahead of the business requirement when it comes to technology. We're always looking at the latest things, the best things for our users. If the business comes to us and says, have you seen this new bit of technology? Can we have it? We've kind of failed from our team. We always need to be ahead of it.
Implementation. Our global team of install engineers and commissioning resources, coupled with a geographically dispersed 24/7 VNOC, will install and deploy these solutions to the highest of standards.
Some of the challenges we had there were we were actually moving our kit over from Bournemouth. Not Bournemouth.
From London, sustainability, we can't chuck everything away,
exactly.
Unfortunately.
So, and then along the way, when you had access to that space, your requirements kept changing and then changing again. And then there were more sort of asks. So we've worked with it for a while now. We've worked with it for a while. So I think future projects like that going forward, we're like, well, should we look at what the possible end goal might be and then track that from there?
They're awesome spaces. The staff love them. They can go in. You see there's one lead on the table. Plug it in. It'll charge something. Power on the desks. Charge your laptop, your phone. Do anything you like. And that's just allowed us to deliver what we think is a pretty darn good sort of combination of things that people can walk in, sit down, and just get on with it.
Bringing in New Era, so we had some old AV vendors that did some of our rooms for us. We've also, in our sites, we've got local support engineers. So the local support engineers were cobbled together the TAC kits and run cables and so on, which works at the time, which is okay for some of the spaces. But we wanted to make some of these spaces more advanced, more secure, so you can unplug cables and so on. And that's when New Era came in. They started implementing new spaces for us. They took some of our old spaces for us and improved them.
Then we move on to monitoring, optimizing, and supporting our customers. This could range from continual service improvement measures, making recommendations on new evolving technologies right through to break-fix maintenance or delivering on-site staffing with a full managed service underpinned by our proactive monitoring C3 Customer Command Center solution.
And so I used to get calls at 8 o'clock in the morning, 7:30 in the morning, saying, the room's not working, it needs to work immediately. And so I said to myself, I just can't be dealing with, 40, 50 rooms in Merlin tap rooms and dealing with myself. So I asked Nura, what could they do for me to help me with the situation. And that's where the C3 solution comes in. So we made a decision in our corporate rooms, our important corporate rooms, which is probably 35.
So C3 is our monitoring tool, which empowers our managed service, essentially. So,
yeah, and it's amazing. So from the end user can phone up the guys and say we've got a problem. My local support guys can ring up, we've got a problem. I can ring up and say we've got a problem. And it's also proactive. So I'll get an alert into Teams to say that camera's been unplugged or whatever. So it's an amazing service, and I very rarely now get called at 7:30 in the morning to say this meeting room's not working. It's a fully managed service-wise meeting room, so I don't have to worry anymore about there's a town hall or whatever going on in, at 8 o'clock in the morning or 5 o'clock at night. I'd have to worry that I'm going to get that phone call saying, Paul, it's not working. Where are you? How can you help? Which I can't normally do too much when I'm remote. So, but yeah, that's where it's a great service.
It's when we adopted standard small, medium and large room principle, although we do have some custom ones as well. And then from there, it became about improvements. And we realized that one of the big challenges that we face is obviously users are a big challenge with moving things and unplugging things. But it's not only that, it's about the acoustics of the environment, just working with the space, AC noise. We now work very closely with our facilities team, and they involve us with everything to do with building and room design. So we've done two since then, 2023, 2024. We've built two brand new offices, and Dave and my teams have been involved in that all the way with New Era's assistance to make sure that the meeting room isn't the last thing that's thought about. It's there right from the beginning.
And those projects were interesting, weren't they? Because it was very much a construction site at times. So we're working with general contractors and all sorts of different trades along the way. So yeah, and I think the outcome is a big one off the back of it.
Yeah, here you can see a selection of our rooms. Our standard meeting room top left. We've got our boardroom in London, bottom left there. That's got a big LED wall on the front, the primary screen. Top right, we've got lots of these little collaboration spaces, and we make sure that there is just a simple screen in every single one with a single cable, so people can present their laptops on there. And then bottom right, that has been a fantastic success for us, actually, that one. Well, we tried to get this into our London office, but didn't really get any traction from the business. We wanted to put in a town hall environment that our CEO could use, and they just wouldn't want to pay for it. We managed to talk them into it when it came to our brand new Bournemouth office, and it's been not only a great facility, it's the first thing that you've been able to track proper success on a room. Well, how would you normally track your success? The minimal number of tickets raised against it, number of complaints perhaps. But with this, we've actually been able to make a monetary cost saving on it, because we were going outside. We are hiring rooms for our big events. We can get 80 people in here comfortably, 110 at a squash, and so we are saving on those external events. Started this in January. It wasn't cheap to put in. There's a whole lot of cool kit in there. And by next month, it will have paid for itself.
So now, rather than investing in more buildings, it's now about investing in the space and making it usable for people. But
It's also about making it a cool place for people to be in, to give them all the technology that they need, because we want to encourage people in the office, and it's not going to last forever. You need to keep readdressing it. And is this working? And we've just completed an appraisal of our kit and identified things that we need to replace.
Yeah, the way I describe it to our business is we are the first people you see when you walk in the building. You get issued a laptop, your headphones, other bits and pieces, you put in a meeting room. If we fail to deliver, then technology starts at minus points.
I think in the old days, people would come to me and say, Paul, what do I need to put in my room? Who should I buy it from? Who should I use to? fit in and so forth. So we, as discussed earlier, we've got a standard Logitech setup as a SharePoint site where you can go to, and then I basically say, right, okay, so now you need to go to New Era. They will basically come to your room, they'll do the analysis of the room, and they'll recommend what Logitech's setup you need to use. Is it small, medium, is it a hybrid, is it a mini, or whatever.
Yeah.
And so I think from that point of view, I've got somewhere I can go, and I've got someone where my, as I mentioned before, my local support for, they might go local support team in Alton Towers, they want to fit out a new room. They can come to you, you guys can go and have a look at that room. You'll do a design, you'll do a quote based on the kit purchase, fit out, and then the ongoing support. So I think the whole package is very good.
Normally, like when we do a project, we want to get it done time frame, right? So we understand that you can't, expect. What if a project's not done within that time frame? What kind of impact does that have on your users and booking spaces and things like that? Because that's a common theme that we see with customers. You can do something, you have to do it within the time frames. What's the impact if it doesn't?
I'm going to sound quite arrogant with my answer on that. There is no option for not meeting the deadline.
Fair enough.
My team have not yet failed to meet the deadline on any of our projects. We're happy to finish earlier, but we won't go beyond that.
We've actually started working with Vitality and Merlin at very different points in this journey. So I guess the point I'm trying to make is actually, regardless of where you are in your cycle, we can still help, still add value, and work with you to support.